Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Hey everyone, welcome to Late Night with Cap. This is your host JT, and of course, I'm excited to spend a little bit of your Wednesday night. And like always, I've got a great guest coming up. But before we get started, I just want to let you know that I am super excited for this episode. We're going to talk about some UFOs. We're going to talk, of course, about Bigfoot, and then I have some really interesting bad graphic design for my guest. I think she's gonna love it, and I hope you all do too. It's great to see you. I see that some of you are already kind of active in the chat. So if you're just showing up, go ahead and hit that like and maybe share it out with your friends. And hopefully, some more people show up. That'll be great. But yeah, and by the way, as you all know, I moved to Texas, and it hasn't stopped raining for like 48 hours, I think. So I haven't seen that much rain in a very, very long time. So let's go ahead and kick off this thing, and let's introduce this my lovely, lovely guest. She's wonderful. She reads books online. She's a hoot. She's very nice when you show up into her chat, and she always tries to come on anyone else's channel and say hi. You've seen her, and it's Miss Martin Muse.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Finally with America's A dash dash.
Well, you can say that. It's fine. Everyone knows
Okay,
that.
I can say
I'm
ass.
Oh yeah, you can. No big deal.
Without the language thing? Oh man.
Oh yeah. Everyone knows that I'm the good old American's ass, so it's fine. It's no good. Yeah. Yes, Tabitha. I think my second flood is happening. Yes, it is. It is. I'm pretty sure of it. I've never seen this much water. I might end up building a ark. So, so we'll see. How are you tonight? How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm fierce excited. I had a great day at Pilates, so I'm feeling very
Oh,
flexible and strong and female and all that
Wow.
good stuff. Yeah. Pilates is awesome. You should
that's
try
cool.
it.
What is your favorite move?
My favorite move. Well, I can tell you the one I'm most proud of. I just learned to do finally without killing myself. This thing where you're basically balanced up on this thing, and you're just like your torso is just kind of touching, and then you lift up your entire body, and then you swim, but you're swimming in the air. But if you don't have your core engaged, you fall off the thing. That's fun.
Flexible, strong, and female. I love it.
Yay!
Tabitha says. I don't know if I can do that, but it sounds impressive. So I'll give you a round of applause again for that.
Yay!
So I'm very curious because when I was in Arizona, I was a few hours behind on the time zone there, and I would watch you live on Saturdays in the morning. I would have my cup of coffee, and then you would go over books. You would read with your friends. You would go over the chat, and I loved it. I do miss that because now I think I'm on the same time zone as you. So it's no longer in the morning; it's kind of in the midday. But if there's anyone in the chat that may not know who you are and what you do on your channel, could you briefly explain what you do over there on your Miss Martin Muse?
Oh, well, sure. Well, of course, I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. Lately, I've been talking about what's been really ticking me off.
Okay.
Anything and everything. And that's how I came up with the Miss Martin Muses. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter. His name is Zevius. He's a friend of mine and a graphic designer. He's the one who came up with the name, the alliteration, and made
Yeah.
my
Some people
the
call you MMM, like
yeah,
you're
triple M. Sometimes that's easier for people, and I'm thinking, "Oh, is it too hard to type?" But no, he came up with that in the banner, that's my silhouette, and the rose, this was, also done by another, gentleman that I knew. So because he's like, "You just talk about everything," and I do, and was I gonna change it? Was I not gonna change it? Well, maybe I should be focused. I'm like, "No, forget it. I'm Miss Martin Muses. I muse about anything." But
anything.
yeah, but, if there is a focus I have, you're correct, it is on books, particularly good books, good fantasy. I think if we talk too much about what is not good, I found it was depressing me. I'm like, y
Yeah.
y
Yeah, that I feel the same way, and that's exactly why I made this channel, was to do just that, just to talk about the silly, random stuff
mhm.
you see on the internet, out there, and just laugh at it for an hour, or discuss something strange, or, theorize about Bigfoot. That's
Precisely.
exactly
Mhm.
what I wanted to do. So we're kind of one and the same, and I know a lot of people love it when you come in and you do this. It's just a nice little gesture. You've seen it all over the place if you're in this little area of our little internet world. You have seen her, I'm pretty sure. And I know there's a lot of people out there when you do that, it really makes them feel special. So keep doing
Oh.
it.
Oh gosh, well, and I'll tell you, it makes me feel a little special when people send me back a rose.
Oh, okay.
I 'cause
Everyone
yeah, 'cause you'll s
try to send her a rose now if you can. That would be fantastic.
I
She
know
would
often
probably love that.
people will do that, and there's a bit of a story about the roses, a big, long
Okay.
story about the little flower and what it means to send forth a shower of roses upon people. It's like a blessing, it's a prayer, it's just everything that just all sorts of stuff. It's very deep theologically, if you will, that it will be really boring for the chat if I go into it. But that's my namesake. And I started doing that. And my friend Steve calls it slapping a rose. I'm not slapping a rose, I am waving. And the first person that really started doing the whole shower of roses back at me, it was Ryan Kinnell. He knew that I was going through a very tough time. I was still teaching full time, really rough, and he told his
Mhm.
chat, "Send Teresa all the roses." And of course, you know how big his chat is.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
so
this
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
it was amazing. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Ryan's the best." I adore him. And I knew him back when he had like 100 subs, and now he's got like
Uh-huh.
250,000. So that's a little bit with, well, I'm glad people feel special. Look at all these roses. You see, those
Yeah,
are
look at
really
they're
nice
already coming
people.
in.
Yeah, so there we are.
So you are known as the Rose account, or the Rose Miss Martin Rose, or some people I always know who you are
Mhm.
just because of the rose, and I think that's awesome that you have that trademark. And but yeah, I'm gonna try to start maybe watching your book reads again once you have those. But those are always fun to listen to, you and your co-host kind of read off the segments and kind of discuss those areas of the books. And I thought that was great because everyone had their own different opinion about how the story was going, especially Stick. he
Oh,
was
well,
all he's he
he's
was
a
fun.
troll. Be careful with Stieg. He's not serious half the time, but because he's Norwegian, he scares people. It's like, no, he's
Hmm.
a teddy bear. He's just Norwegian. They have no emotions.
That's true. That's true. Now, I did have a question for you from a family member, my wife.
Uh-oh.
I told her that you're very knowledgeable about books. So she had a question. She wanted to know if there was a fantasy book out there that really doesn't have a lot of like thought to it, but it's a good quick read that she can just get into and spend maybe an hour or so reading some of the books. Do you recommend anything like that?
Oh dear. This is tricky. And the reason why it's tricky is there's no such thing as a fantasy book that's a standalone. You
True, it
know what
has to
I'm
be a
saying?
series. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but there are trilogies. I would say personally, if she's looking at fantasy, do the first Dragonlance trilogy.
First
It
Dragonland trilogy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the Weiss and Hickman. It's light but serious, and it's got everything for everybody. is just really, really good. There's 3 books, but you'll zip through them. You'll fall in love with the characters, and there's
Okay.
romance.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. Well, that sounds good. And maybe after the show, you can send me a link to wherever that is, and
Sure.
I can try to find it for that. That's really cool. So, everyone, like I said, they put in the flowers for you. Everyone's really excited. Now you're doing it something new, and I'm going to do your Friday show this week.
Mhm.
And can you kind of explain the new thing that you're doing on your channel?
Yes, it's a pub crawl, but not a real one. I confused some people. They thought they had to go to a pub to be a part of it. A pub it was, an idea I came up with, when I first started my channel. I did a lot of interviews with different people, and this was during COVID, and it was quite popular, and I decided, let's bring this back where people can talk about whatever they want. So the way it works, it goes on twice a week. The people choose their topic and they choose a pub. The pub can be real. It can be completely made up. Lady Gravemaster just made up her own pub, or it can be like the Prince
Huh.
and the Pony. Yeah, and so we go on a pub crawl. So we're now on our 8th pub,
Okay.
I think, and so each person that's been there, and I don't know if you've ever been on a pub crawl.
I
It,
have. Yeah, I have, and I don't remember some of them, but I have. Yes.
yeah, and a little bit of
Yeah,
some.
there's a lot of this. A lot of dancing.
Yeah, and so, like I said, the people choose the topic, and we just have a really good time, and it always ends with what we call roll 7, where there's 20 questions. I roll a d20 7 times, and it's a
Whew.
random question.
Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, everyone in the chat, if you want to see how I do during the pub crawl, you can definitely check us out on Friday. What time is it again? Can you remind everyone?
Oh, oops. What did we say? Did we agree on 7 Central?
We
It's
did
usually
7 Central. That's right.
7
Yeah,
Central,
you.
thank you. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what did we say it was gonna be?" Because some people, I do accommodate people's schedules because
Yeah.
obviously, yes, but in general, we try for 7 Central.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I'm excited to do it. I haven't really decided on a pub. There is a few that I remember back in the day. So when I was in college, so maybe I'll do that one.
Yeah, that's cool. And don't dox yourself. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh, this is the one that's like across the street." No, 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 no. One that's far away from you.
Well, the one I would pick, I don't live in the state anymore, so it wouldn't
Yay.
matter.
There we are.
So, I got some exciting news. I have a new segment that I've been kind of testing out with a few of my past live streams, and it's kind of like I find some things out there in the internet that you might have seen on TV. It could be an ad, it could be a product, it could be something very strange. And I call this as seen on. So, I'm not sure if you're a fan of McDonald's or anything like that. Are you?
From a certain point of view, most of their food is garbage, but I like some of their drinks and their iced coffees.
Well, if you're a super fan, did you know at one moment in time in the 80s, you could have gotten the Big Mac hat?
I don't remember that at all. I don't remember but I remember Happy Meals.
Yeah, so you can buy this hat. You
Oh
could have
my
bought this hat at McDonald's. I think it was like 99 cents. You can wear it around with your friends at parties, and do those sort of things. So I was like, would you wear that hat? Would you wear that?
Um, if the world was ending and I I really had nothing better to do with my spare time, I guess. I don't It's ugly, but it's ugly, but it'd be a good party
It
hat.
doesn't look ugly on these people.
Oh my gosh, it does. Oh my gosh, get your Mac hat. I
Ryan
love
here
it.
says he would wear it. Yeah.
Oh my
So yeah, get
god.
your Mac hat, is what they called it. So you can get your Mac on with your Mac hat, and there you go. And then
Ugh.
you can look at. He's cool. He's got a pretty lady. He's chilling with his Mac hat, so he's doing pretty good. So, Beard of Liberty says that thing is hideous. Well, I don't know. Maybe it would look good with you. I don't know. I think I like it. Now, if you wanted to buy one, you can. They have them. You can still buy them for the low cost of $250 on eBay.
Imagine all the
Yeah, there's
secondhand books you could buy with that money.
yeah, there's even one. There's even one up here where you can buy the hat and maybe a glass or two for like $115. So you're getting kind of a deal there. So, yeah.
Whoa.
So would you rock that hat again? Would you, not knowing that it looks cool? That photo.
No, you know what? I'd rather smoke all the cigarettes that were being smoked in McDonald's than wear that hat. I'd rather have instant lung cancer than wear that hat.
Yeah. I might wear it. If someone were to find it for me, if I found it at a Goodwill, I would probably sport that hat for a day or two. But I wonder if it smells like a Big Mac.
Well, now that you mention it, if I find it at Goodwill or something and it's like $5, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go sell it up on eBay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rogue Attraction has that hat. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he does. I'm very sure. Look who showed up. Look at Teresa lies. I'm not a teddy bear. I kill teddy bears. I skin them. I wear them. Plus, I plunder their teddy bear house thingy.
I'm in trouble now.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were here.
Hey, look who else showed up today. Biggles. Good to see you, man. But yeah, he sounds like a really Stig sounds like a really hard, like grumpy man, but I bet he's a big teddy bear, like he said. So we'll just let that be. So as you've probably seen and you've watched my show, we do a segment here called Another Bad Graphic Design, where I show you some really awful bad graphic design that either someone did on purpose or it just happened, or they were really hoping to do a good job and it just didn't come out good. Have you seen some of those segments?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I should.
All right. Well, you got a special one because since you like books, I am going to show you some really awful, maybe really awful book covers. So, okay, so Biggles actually says all bad graphic designs are funny. They are. I love them. So, you said are you a graphic? Did you say you were a graphic artist, or you knew a graphic artist?
I know a graphic artist. He did it for me. I suck at visual art.
Well, you should show him these because he would probably get a kick out of it. The first book cover I'm going to show you. So, if you wanted to learn graphic design, you can definitely learn from this person what not to do.
Oh my gosh.
And this is book number 5. So, I mean,
well, so many things wrong with that because I do know enough about graphic design that you should be able to look at it and within like a few seconds know what they're trying to tell you.
That is very correct. You're absolutely correct on that. What would you want? What do you think this is trying to tell you here?
I honestly, at first sight, it's like this is a butterfly book, a nature book, and you look at all the greens, the colors, and right away your eye goes to the butterfly.
A butterfly. Yeah, you miss everything else. Flaccid Phoenix says the cover rules. Biggles says I don't know what the F is going on in this book. And then R2 pops in and says, "Hey, has JT talked about aliens and anal probing?" Not yet. That's later. That's later. So anyway, so here, yeah, it's. I like how they try to use gradient and a little drop shadow there, but it's pretty bad. This is a warm up for you, by the way. There's quite a bit more. So the next one is, there's not just graphic design books out there. There's also self-help books. And did you know anyone can be cool, but awesome takes practice?
Ridiculous.
That guy is basically telling you how to be awesome. Now, yes, for everyone who's asking in the chat, if you do ask, yes, this book is somewhere in my catalog of my library. So yes.
Well, and again, it's bad graphic art because I went straight to the anyone can be cool. That's the end of the title. To be able to see the title. But awesome takes practice. If that's the point they're trying to make, then that should have also been incorporated into where you look the first time.
Yeah, and Biggle says it's true. I'm awesome, and I practice being awesome every day. I mean, he is pretty awesome. So maybe he has read this book, and maybe he can help you be awesome as well. And a lot of people are saying they would pay money for this book.
Yeah. Well, Biggles does practice. I understand that he does practice it. Whether I love Biggles. He's
now it does say it's hard to see, but way at the bottom, the author of this book also wrote it's something that he loves me. Why can't I get my locker open or something?
What?
Yeah, it says something like he loves me. Why can't I get my locker open?
Yeah. That sounds actually dirty. That sounds really dirty.
Well, I mean, hey, who knows? It could be one of those books. Maybe it is. I don't know. But like I said, it's. I thought it was a great cover. I do love the lady sweater, by the way.
Oh yeah. Well, that actually is not a bad sweater at all.
So, the next book, you knit, right? You're a knitter or like a crocheter, right?
Crocheter, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, you might get a kick out of this next book. It teaches you how to do that. Still stripping after 25 years. Quilt in a day.
What even is that? I don't want to see that woman strip. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well,
no offense
maybe
to her.
25 years ago, you probably could have.
Well, to see her strip? Well, actually, I don't like to see any women strip, but that's a very odd title. And maybe I'm going to sound really ignorant about it, but stripping is supposed to.
What is stripping? Can you describe stripping?
Well, when a lady goes and takes off her clothes. Wow. Well, no, I honestly don't know that term because I don't do quilting.
Okay.
But everybody Google.
If there's any quilters out there in the chat, maybe you can tell us what stripping is, and we can find out. But this lady is obviously really good at it because she's been doing it for 25 years, and she can teach you.
And she's happy about it. Look at it.
She is very happy. She's when I first saw this cover, I literally thought she was throwing money in the air. But no.
Yeah.
Naked women removing their clothes while knitting has to be some fetish. That's what Stig says.
Oh, I bet you that's a thing. Oh, it is. Oh, it is a knitting thing. I Googled it is. It's a knitting thing. So I don't do that.
Oh, and Beard of Liberty just said to make sure to turn on safe search before you.
Yes. I made the biggest mistake of my life when we were playing Conan D&D, and there was supposed to be a hooker in there, and I was like, "Oh, let me try to find a picture." And I Googled medieval hooker, and what came up?
Well, yeah, you have to be careful when you're searching for this kind of stuff because there could be some things that come up. Now, I do have one more book for you. Are you a fan of the romance novels, the fantasy romance novels?
I actually am, and I'm not ashamed.
Okay, they're pretty good. Like there's some good ones out there, right?
Yeah, somehow I think I'm not gonna be seeing one of those.
Well, this one, I don't know. I mean, it could be good. It could be one of those.
You've got to be kidding me. No.
This is a real book. David Brussel, but you are a horse. And she's grasping this man horse, and
is it some sort of Beauty and the Beast thing going on, please? But look at that.
You're never coming back on. I just know it.
Dear me, what is this?
It's a romance book. I mean, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it has a great ending.
I do not read that. Hey, this makes sparkly vampires look like Shakespeare.
Yeah, someone already said that this was about this book is about R2 the Icky. It could be. I don't know if he owns a horse. So,
Oh,
but anyways.
wow.
So there you go. You got a little bit of taste of some bad graphic design out there in the world, and hopefully you're not too afraid not to come back.
Oh no, I mean, no, that's not. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. Oh dear.
She's yeah, she seems a bit demanding in the bedroom. Yeah. Miss Martin's ex-boyfriend? Maybe. I
Oh
don't know.
no. How dare
Is
you?
that Mr. Ed fetish porn? Yeah, it could be.
Ew.
I hear her dress as a horse. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hear he dressed. Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I missed it. I hear he dresses as a horse. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if he's talking about someone, but yeah. Would you, out of all those books, which one would you most likely pick up?
Out of those particular ones, it probably would be the How to Be Cool one. I forget what the
Okay.
title of
That's-
that was.
that's-
Yeah, because I don't knit, so I don't care about stripping, and I'm not into horses, or at least not like that. Horses are
well,
cute.
yeah. It says Styx as a part of the Hunger Games.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
Oh no, he's
I'm
starting the puns. Here we
yeah,
go.
yeah. Usually, we have some dad jokes coming in the chat here from Jacob Ironside, but he hasn't sent any so far. So I'm glad Stig has popped those in. Night of the Giving Head to Mr. Ed.
Yeah, Steak is not safe for work. So anyone listening on the replay, make sure your headphones are in.
Oh yeah, be careful if you do watch the show at work. There is already some questionable things. I can't believe these books are actually they do, and you go ahead, you can Google them, you'll find them. I'm sure you'll find more like them. The editor, laugh out loud. The editor, so needed to be fired. Yeah, yeah, most likely. There was something else here. Oh, here we go. When the grandkids are gone, grandma gets down.
Oh, yeah. Sadly, probably true, but hopefully not with the knitting.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was scrolling through and I was like, okay, that was perfect. I have to do that one. So the before we get started with the main topic, I do want to mention. Usually, I mention a mobile game that I like to play called Dragon Champions, but this time I'm gonna do I'm doing a favor for a friend. They invented a outdoor game that you can buy and play in your backyard, and I'm not getting anything from them. I just want to get their name out there of the game, and it's called Sinko. And what it is, so there's a little ball, and you kind of like there's four people that hold it, and you kind of bounce the ball, and you try to get it in the colors that you're assigned to. So I'm gonna try to play this video and see how it goes. But it looks like a really fun game, and I'm literally just showing this off so a friend of mine so you can all see some cool stuff that people are doing out there.
Alrighty.
Are you sick of tossing games?
Yeah.
Is this the only skill we have? Try something new. Introducing Sinko, a fast-paced and heart-pounding game for 4 players that can be played anywhere. Using the handles, tilt the board to move the ball. Sink the ball in the correct hole to score a point. Stop playing tired old tossing games and join a new evolution of yard games.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh.
Pretty cool.
And I guess it's a website there. It's
Yeah, you can go to the website called sinkogame.com and check it out. But it looks fun. You can play with your kids, that kind of stuff like that. So again, just sharing it with my a friend of mine, and then actually invented that game.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, I don't. Did you hear the sound?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I wasn't quite sure. So I'm not sure what this means. Oh, My Little Pony grew up and took a turn.
Probably a
can
lot. Oh, and Jacob had a dad joke.
Oh, he did have another one? Oh.
Yeah, how do you
Where?
deal with the fear of speed bumps?
Okay, how do you deal with the fear of speed bumps? you slowly get over it.
I know everyone's a comedian.
That seems like a good way to start a fight. Yeah, that game could get pretty serious. I'm sure of it. But again, if you're interested in the game and you want to check it out, just give a look. It might be cool. They do have an Instagram. You can also follow them there. They're gonna post more videos, people playing the game and about that. So yeah. Do you like outdoor games?
Some I like bocce ball, tennis. I like to play tennis sometimes. Soccer, football.
Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't played football for like 30 years because
were you like on a team?
No, I was not. We used to just play in the neighborhood. When I was a little kid, I spent my childhood up in Ireland until I was in middle school. So it would just be a thing like when all the parents would kick us all out of the houses, the football would come out. We'd all play. I was on field hockey though in Ireland and badminton.
Oh, in Ireland.
Yeah.
Okay. How long were you in Ireland?
A total of 7 years. But I was a very little girl when I went there, so
okay. I've never been, so
it
might be cool one day. It might be cool to go one day. So.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like Jacob and Stig are on a dad joke competition here.
Oh dear.
What do you call a white man with a big penis? Michael Jackson.
Wow. I'm afraid to laugh. I swear, wow. I swear, if you owe him money if he loses his channel over this.
It's okay. I don't make any money on this channel. I don't have enough subs or watch hours, so it's okay.
Okay.
But it is what it is. But no, that's funny. Yeah, you're welcome. So this is my friend Samantha. Hey. As you can see, her last name is Sinko, so it's right. You can sink the ball in the hole, and that's her last name. So that's her. And her husband invented that game. So yeah, just giving a shout out. So if you're watching throughout other Late Night with Caps, I will try to also present it out and kind of get the word out. It looks like a cool, fun game. Let's see here. Lawn darts get risky when you play catch with them. Ooh, who plays catch with lawn darts?
People that are drunk.
You better archive all your videos. Oh, yeah. I've already done that. So, okay, here goes R2. He's already coming in with that. I didn't know this was going to be a dad joke stream.
No.
For you. What did the killer whale do when the boat came? Swallowed all the semen. You're making her real nervous. It's really funny. She's like goes real quiet, and then you hear. Usually play catch with lawn gnomes. Oh, really? I could see you doing that. That's the sad part. Yeah, I can really see him doing that.
I'm Team Biggles.
Team Biggles. Yeah, Biggles. He was a little sad that I left Arizona. We went to the Ren Fair a few times, or I think once out there, and we were trying to go one last time. It just didn't work out. But he's a fun dude to hang out with. So if you ever get to see him at one of the meetups or like the Geeks and Gamer meetups or anything like that, or the YouTube meetups. He's a cool guy to hang out with. So make sure you check out, say hi to him when you see him.
He's going to be on my pub crawl next week.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. What did Jack Sparrow yell when he saw Amber Heard on the beach? Land ho. Wow.
Yeah. Actually, 2 weeks. I didn't want to panic you, Biggles. Yeah. Lando, I've heard that one before. What you need to know about Biggles, though, his favorite character of all time is Snow White / Mary Margaret.
Mm-hmm. I remember he used to do the Once Upon a Time review streams with, I believe,
me.
You. That's right. You and I think and Stephanie, My Nerdy Home. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
He adores her. He adores Mary Margaret. No, he hates
How dare you say Snow White? Yeah, he does. He does it. Oh, here, look who showed up. Little Joker voice here. Good to see you, man.
Hello.
The best bartender in Vegas. If you're ever in the town. And he's actually doing really good on his channel too. So he's he might be one of those YouTube channels that benefits from the new thing they changed, where what is it like? You have 500 subs and what
And 3,000
3,000.
watch hours. I am so close. It's killing me. I need those watch hours, and I'm there. So
So you just need the watch hours,
I
right?
just
Because
need.
you're at like 900 something.
I'm past 800, and I just need I think 800 or 700 watch hours. My watch hours have been doing very well lately, and I'm thinking, oh look, I'm halfway there, and then boom, they did that. So please, yes, I do Biggles. So yeah, why should I have Biggles on my channel when I want watch hours? Actually, maybe I need to rethink that.
He's one of those, yeah, he has tricks up his sleeve. I'm not
I'm
even
teasing you.
nearly close to that. So I hope everyone that is very close to getting that gets monetized here in the next few weeks, months. I think that would be great.
Yeah,
So let's see. Stick says he has 600 subs with 0 watch hours. How is that possible?
talent on loan from God.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he deleted all of his videos. That was part
Oh,
of it.
okay.
But he got subs without even trying. It's enough to make a grown person cry.
Well, his name is Stig Kenobi, so maybe that was it.
It was the Force.
Well, we do have a main topic tonight. It's not as silly as the other stuff we just did, but there's been a lot of talk about UFOs lately, right? So there was a man named David. I'm going to probably butcher his last name. I think it's David Gersh, and he used to work for the Air Force, and he was kind of in that area of intelligence where he might have heard rumblings of UFOs. And we're going to go over some of his comments from an interview that he had. But yeah, basically he says he believes we're not alone. Before we get started, what is your thoughts of UFOs, aliens, and all of that?
I'm agnostic on it, if that makes sense. I can't say they don't exist. I can't say they do exist. And if it turns out they do exist, I won't care. Does
Mm.
that make sense? Unless they promise to come and blow up the planet, and then I will actually welcome them with open arms because we're done. We're done.
So would you be the lady from Independence Day holding the sign saying "Come take me"?
Take me with you. Probably because you know
Okay.
those videos that say it's time to leave Earth that John Talks does. It's like I
Uh-huh.
want to leave Earth. And we're so doomed. We're so doomed.
Okay, so you would go with them.
I would go with them. I mean, why not?
Okay. Well,
It
I mean,
couldn't hurt.
I don't know if I would. I think I would probably stay here.
My
I
mom
don't
would want to
really.
go. She's really into aliens. She loves. I mean,
Oh
she's one
yeah.
of those. She's a true believer. She's been to Roswell and all that, and yeah,
Mm.
she loves it.
Yeah. I don't. So you would probably want to go, and you would probably want to see what they're all about, and kind of hang out with them. Is that what
Yeah,
you
and
would?
if you know anything about Close Encounters of the Third Kind, I can speak to them because I actually use solfege. Solfege is my thing. So yeah,
Okay.
I can talk to the aliens.
Well, like I said, over the past 6 years, there's been a lot of information that has like substantial information supposedly that have come out regarding UFOs. And did you know that they changed the name of them, like
N-
everything in the world? Now they're called unidentified phenomenon or phenomena, or something like that.
what?
Aerial phenom, yes, unidentified aerial phenom. UAPs.
That is the dumbest thing I've heard in my life.
So they're no longer UFOs, unidentified objects. They're unidentified aerial phenomena. So there's flying.
I think the aliens don't give a rat's rear end what we call them. So call them UFOs.
Yeah, they probably don't. They probably call themselves like a Chevy. Like they probably have a name for their ship. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
X915 or something, right?
Correct.
So just a lot of stuff has been public. It started with a article in New York Times that a former Senator Harry Reid had discreetly allotted at $22 million of defense spending to investigate these foreign objects. Do you think that's good tax dollars going to good use there, spending on this?
I'd rather them go to that than to some of the other nutty things they are.
I guess that's true, right? So, but when this article came out, the floodgates just opened, and U.S. and Navy, former U.S. Navy and Air Force members went public with a lot of reports that they had frequently encountered UFOs, and even including video footage. Have you seen some of that video footage where it kind of looks like a tic tac and it like speeds away, or like there's a black dot like kind of floating around. There's all kinds of stuff. Very fast objects. Shortly thereafter, the Pentagon doubled down on its investigations into these aerial phenoms, and established the unidentified UAPs task force with the Office of Navy Intelligence. So they created a task force now. So now there's a task force. There wasn't one before, or maybe there was one and it was called MIB. But
Yeah, I think that they've been doing things with them for a very long time.
yeah. Stig says, I've seen UFOs. The sky is extremely clear up here in Norway during the winter. Seen unexplainable flying objects several times. Ooh. I wonder if he's been probed before.
No, he wasn't probed.
Joker says Harry Reid was one of the worst senators to hold ever to hold office. Okay. It's good to know. So that's interesting, right? They made a task force after all these reports came out. It's like they thought, you would think they already knew, right? If all these people came out. So this is, sorry. Now, a former member of that task force has come out forward. He claims about the military's handling of important UFO-related information. So on June 5th, pretty recently, that's why I wanted to do this story, writers Ken and Ralph Bumpthal, the same dude who wrote that article in 2017, published an article with a debrief with David here. So he said he gave both Congress and intelligence community Inspector General intensive classified information about covert programs that allegedly retrieved intact and partially intact craft of non-human origin things. That's pretty cool, right? That'd be kind of a neat job, like, right? They go, we don't know where this is from, and we're going to try to figure it out and maybe report it to the bigwigs. That'd be kind of, it's a job.
Is that like the X-Files? I had never actually watched X-Files, but I think that
was like everything, right? They went after the supernatural, they went after ghosts, they went after all kinds of stuff, aliens, they went after supposed other things. That was a good show. You ever watched that?
No, I haven't. I'm in big trouble because I never have. So I need to get to it. I am very well aware.
It's I don't know if it. I wonder if it would date itself. To be honest.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if it would be as good. Stig did say he wasn't probed.
I'm telling, by the way. He's talking about J.R. Marjade. He's already on her crap list. It's like it's about number 100 at this point, and he knows I'm going to tell her, so he's in trouble.
So the information about these programs that Grusch said had previously been illegally withheld from Congress. Grusch also filed a complaint alleging that the staff illegal retaliation for disclosing the information to Congress. So there was they had this information, they weren't really using it correctly. He was 36 when he was in the office in Afghanistan, and a veteran to the National I'm gonna really butcher this one. Partial Intelligence Agency. I guess it's called NAG. Have you ever heard of that one?
NAG. No, but I think that's the best name ever.
And the National Reconnaissance of Office. So NARO. From 2019-2001, he served as NARO's representative to the Unidentified Aerial Phenom Task Force. So later serving as the NAG's co-lead and UAP analyst for 2000. So he's in it. He could probably tell you some neat stories. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty.
I mean, he seems like was pretty close to, right? Joker says he had 2 ex-wives. I totally know about nags.
Oh no!
Wow. Okay, you have 2 ex-wives? Really?
Wow.
Did not
That
know
means
about
he has no money.
Hmm. Hmm. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was for good reason. In his complaint, Gersh claimed that the Pentagon, defense contractors, and other nations had recovered fragments of exotic origin, non-human intelligence, whether whether it was unknown or they thought it was extraterrestrial, based on the vehicle, um, Morphogories. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time with some of these words.
Yeah.
And the material science testing. So they must, I guess, they must have tested the material, and if it came back, we don't know what this is.
Mm.
There was a lot of reports of that, and the possession of unique atomic arrangements and radiological signatures for decades up through the present day. So they have, I guess, the Pentagon has a lot of information on this stuff, and they're not telling people.
We knew they were lying all along.
Yeah, they're probably going to take me down here soon. So hopefully, hopefully they don't. Maybe they'll take me down for Stig, not saying
Yeah.
secrets. Garrett's followed protocol with this information as well, first providing the defense officer of pre-publication and security review, and the Department of Defense with the information he later disclosed to Ken and Boomtail. So this information he whistleblowed or whatever, he told the Pentagon about in the early April. He's on record statements were clear or open publication. So they told him he can say this stuff, but I guess they got pretty mad when he came out the other day about something. I mean, the government likes to keep their secrets, right?
Yeah.
So he said, I mean, do you? I mean, I can understand why, if they knew there was something out there in the world, right? I understand why they wouldn't say something, but to be completely secret about it, I don't know if I would.
Maybe that's part of the deal with the aliens. Maybe the aliens are sitting there going, "We've seen you all. You guys suck. Okay, so you're not allowed to let."
Yeah,
them
you are
know."
not allowed to mix with us.
Yeah.
We don't want you even close to our planet.
Yeah.
Wherever
Yeah, we've
they're
seen what you
from.
do with your children.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
Yeah, stay away from our children.
Well, some aliens you can't tell who's who anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter to them. So, during his time with UAP Task Force, Gura said they had been refused access to crash retrieval program, which he told the News Nation when he on this interview, are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles. So they were told that the government has these, and they were supposed to go out there and find these things, and the government wasn't telling them about it, even though he worked for the government. That's interesting. And then they would either call it a spacecraft, if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed. So they must have a warehouse of these things, according to this guy.
Sounds like an Indiana Jones.
Yeah, because but you understand what he's saying? He's saying that they were supposed to go out and like look for this stuff, and they would get trails that led to that the Pentagon had most of this, and they weren't letting him review it, even though he was part of the government. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but if you need to keep these things secret, you need to follow orders, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe there's like a level,
Yeah.
and it doesn't sound like Task Force was on a very high level.
Yeah.
In this same interview, Gersh also admitted that his claims could sound ludicrous. So he says they could sound crazy, like he said. At first, he believed he was being lied to or deceived in some way. They were telling him that no, there wasn't. Then he said people started to confide in him or approach him, and I have plenty of senior former intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career. They confided in him that they were part of this little program that was retrieving UFOs that crashed throughout the years. So I guess he had friends in high places, and they finally just told him, maybe over a pub crawl, that they said, yeah, they're out there. So.
Yeah, had too many pints.
Yeah, like 1960, I was a part of that thing in New Mexico, and we had a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That's usually how secrets get slipped, by the way. Just to note on that one. Harris also mentioned that he he has not seen any photos. So he hasn't seen any photo proof of what supposedly was collected.
Mm.
But he has said he has spoken with numerous intelligence officers who have photos. One such officer, Jonathan Gray, spoke with the debrief. Gray, a generational officer of the United States Intelligence Committee with a top secret clearance. Now that's what you need. You need top secret clearance. Yeah. Currently working for the National Air and Space Intelligence Agency, and that's NASIC, not NASA. That's NASIC.
Oh.
Said the non-human intelligence phenom is real. We are not alone. Retrievals of this kind are not limited to the United States. This is a global phenom, and yet a global solution continues to elude us. Well, I guess there's all kinds of countries grabbing stuff.
Huh. What does it even mean? A global solution continues to elude us. It's like, what solution is there?
The solution is to what to do with it, maybe.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's
Or can we remake it? I mean, if you think about it, right? Maybe these aliens had drones before we did, like objects that would be manned, right? And then we like copied the technology. It's if you think about it, it's very interesting how rapid air travel happened, like literally in the 50s and 60s. We figured out propellers, right? And you can fly like that, but I mean, they were figuring out jets pretty quick there, right after there was this rumbling about UFOs.
well, but jet engines. Oh, you mean after? Because I thought
Anything.
they had them in World War II. They
did, they did, but maybe they were like kind of like, oh, we figured something out, and the aliens were like, oh yeah, we've done this for years.
Yeah. Well, and then
then
that
some
was how we were
people-
able to get to the moon.
Yeah, maybe we helped them. Maybe we towed them there.
Hmm.
Maybe the aliens towed us there.
Yeah.
No, I'm Cap. I should know this information, but no one tells me it's Shield, so I don't know anything.
They're keeping America's ass in the dark.
Yeah, they make me just do parades and I wave at people. That's literally all I do. So they don't tell me a whole lot. It's not it's not just that the U.S. military has been keeping this information secret, though. Classified information is nothing new, of course, but rather that, according to Grusch, the American people have been lied to for years. Darn it! Have we really? I'm shocked.
I know. I just can't. I can't believe it.
I have been lied to this whole time. There is a sophisticated information campaign targeting the U.S. Populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral, said Gary. Well, they want to tell us, but it could be pretty scary.
Yeah.
And it could be pretty immoral.
People could panic. It's happened. They've shown that in all those fictional things. People
Well,
commit
yeah.
suicide, and I mean, we just don't know.
What's that movie, Signs, when people just freak out, right?
Yeah.
Because these aliens are showing up all over the world. And even in that movie, people do all kinds of crazy stuff. The military has allegedly recovered more than just foreign craft as well. In fact, Garrett's claimed that the craft's pilots have been recovered along with the vehicles. So they even have specimens.
Oh, they got specimens.
Well, they said that with was it Roswell? Yeah, Roswell. They had bodies.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they have skeletons. There you go. There's one. Well, naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots, of course. And believe it or not, as a fantastical as they sound, it's true. So yeah, I mean, they would have pilots, right?
Yeah.
And this is from one of those. This is a clip from a YouTube video out there. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but it's an very old YouTube video where they showed clips of the supposed aliens that were found at a crash site, and that's a clip from an actual.
Yeah.
You think that's real?
I think a lot of those might be fake. I mean, I don't know.
Really?
It's so easy to stage them.
Well, this was like before like cool CGI.
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't hate me, people.
Leslie also spoke to the News Nation, saying that she and Blumenthal have multiple sources to back up Grusch's story. However, neither has seen any photographs or documents. So they have proof, but they don't have proof. The problem with that is all of that information is classified. As we said in the story, everything that Garrett told Congress and told the Department of Defense Inspector General, all of that information is classified. Everything is classified.
Yeah.
It's
I-
just kind of like hearsay, right? He's just saying, I knew some stuff, I heard some stuff, I said some stuff, I reported on some stuff, but he can't really say what the stuff is.
Yeah, and so I'm suspicious. I'm a historian. What do I always say that makes everyone so mad? Cite your source. If you can't cite your source, I can't believe you. Like, oh, trust me, I've got my contacts. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
trust me. It's like, no, I don't trust you. Sorry.
Yeah,
And if
you gotta have something. Stick says they had an alien autopsy video in the 90s. Yeah, that's what that's from. That's actually from that video. Still, if Garish's words are true, it would mark the first time an official representative of the U.S. government has stated that we are not alone in the universe. So a lot of people are like they're like Air Force pilots or military people, but they're not. They weren't as classified or in the cool group as he was. And he said this in his interview. We are definitely not alone. He said the data points are there and we're just not alone. So he's basically saying we are not alone in this universe.
Well, walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone.
Oh wow, that was a good one.
Well, the song and the Liverpool.
Yeah, but that sounds like you really know that phrase. Like you say it a lot.
Well, I'm a singer, so.
Oh, you are.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I'm a Wagnerian soprano, actually. Opera.
Really?
But I do sing. I've done musical theater in my day.
Do you sing like this?
Hey, Goose, you big stud!
That's me, honey.
Take me to bed or lose me forever.
Show me the way home, honey.
Actually, I can't. Well, because I'll go on a big digression, so I better shut up. But if you have your voice properly trained, you can sing any style.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And those are the ones that can sing good. Those are the good singers, and that's why you can tell the difference between a properly trained singer and one that is not. I'm just saying, but
Not
that's
trained?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
well, you know what I mean. You listen to a country singer who really knows how to use their voice, or a heavy metal singer that really knows how to use their voice, and they're amazing. And then other ones sound like crap.
Some of those heavy metal guys, you would think they would lose their voice, but they're so well trained with that sound, with the way they sing.
They know how to use their voices. And the Egypts that lose their voices never were good singers to begin with.
Oh, okay.
Just
I mean, that makes sense. Or you can auto tune yourself.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Oh, I said that's of the devil.
Okay. So back to the story. What did you think what do you think about David's information? Do you think it's all true, or if he's just kind of getting a payday because he knows he was in maybe he was like, do you think he was in the department, or was he kind of just hanging out?
I think that it could be true, but so could a lot of things be true. I need more than what he's giving us. And as far as like what he did is like, okay, so maybe he was a caterer that served the cokes. I don't know. It's like what the heck were you in there?
He says he was like a task force reporter.
Yeah,
guy.
And he's a big fat liar. I'm just saying that usually people say, "Oh, I was so important," and then it turns out, like
there you go. He can't give much.
Like in Chicken Run, it turned out that the chicken was the mascot. He wasn't really an RAF pilot. Just saying. I could be speaking completely from ignorance because I have not researched this particular person. So please correct me.
He's all over the place now. You can look him up. You can actually watch the full interview on a few news sites, or I think even on YouTube. So if you do want to get the whole thing about it, but he basically says, "I know some stuff. I've seen some stuff. Some people have told me some stuff, but I can't tell you." That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it's like if there's something that would corroborate what he has said, then I would love to see it. Otherwise, he could just be blowing hot air.
Yeah,
I can blow hot air too.
So there's one other thing that we do on this channel, and it kind of references UFOs, and we always have a Bigfoot report. So, what now? Did you know Bigfoots can change to human?
I have not heard that.
Yeah. So there's this guy that I found on Instagram. He has a lot of oil paintings of Bigfoots, and this is the second picture that I've shown. He says that they have this necklace that they wear, and then they're able to transform, or I guess turn into a human. And this is his this is his photo of that. I mean, it looks legit.
Completely legit. A very completely legit drawing.
Hmm. I mean, he says here with the slowness and all his bones were crunching. He shrank in size. His muscles vanished. The thick hair fell out, and he was suddenly wearing pants.
Mm. This reminds me of what there was some really bad show I used to watch. I don't know if it was the 80s or whatever, but yeah, but where if you wore a necklace, you were disguised. That's what this reminds me of.
Well,
I can't
the
remember.
one thing he did not lose was his male pattern baldness.
No, he didn't.
Joker says, but so Bigfoot is no, they're friends. We have talked about this before. Bigfoots and aliens are friends. So Cannoli Sasquatch. If you don't know who that is, truly is a Sasquatch. Yeah, and this is how he's every day. You know, when he takes a break from his YouTube channel, he looks like the dude on the left, and then when he wants to be live on YouTube, he wears his little amulet and turns into what he looks like now.
Oh, well, you know, I can turn into a human when I wear a necklace instead of being a rose.
Yeah, a Bagel says okay, I got to go have fun. Yeah, we're almost done. Like I said, we only go about an hour on this show, so I'm glad you were able to hang out with us, Bagels, for the full hour. That was great to see you, dude. Yeah, the Hendersons. Yeah.
Harry and the
Bigfoot
Hendersons.
family. But Ryan says it's his relative. I can see that. Yeah. So, I don't know. So just be aware of anyone that has like a
Receding
real receding hairline and I guess like a chin beard. And maybe he's wearing like a weird diamond on his neck. That could be Bigfoot.
Wow.
Keep that in mind.
We could have seen him and we didn't even know it.
Yeah, it's true. It's pretty amazing.
My gosh.
Well, if you do see something like that, send me a picture. I would love to.
Oh, sure. I will go find one.
Yes, tonight's show is usually brought to you by Dragon Champions. But tonight it was actually brought to you by the Sinko Game. Even though I'm not sponsored, but it's a friend of mine. And it's a game that they invented. So I'll put that again in the chat. You can also see that in the description. It looks like a fun game. I would probably want to play that. So maybe I'll get one.
Yeah.
Probably will. And maybe they can ship it to me. So it's in there in the chat, sinkogame.com. It looks like a really fun game. I'll share it one more time for the people that weren't here before. So this is it right here. And let me turn down the sound a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll play it. So let me.
Yeah, get it in time for 4th of July.
Yeah. There we go.
Are you sick of tossing games?
There you go.
Is
I'm sick of
that
tossing
skill we
games.
have?
No.
Try something
It's a cool video. They did a really good job.
A fast-paced and heart-pounding game for 4 players that can be played anywhere.
I can see that. I can see a few fist fights breaking out over this. Well, that would liven up a family reunion. Yeah, so
it would. Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Tired old tossing games. And join a new evolution of yard games.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sinko. So I mean, check it out if you can. And maybe you can. There's Father's Days coming up. All you people have fathers or are a father, that could be a gift idea.
Yay.
You can also follow them on, like I said, Instagram. So, Joker says definitely don't play that game.
Oh, no.
No. Well, Jacob says great show, JT and Teresa. Yeah, well, I had fun. We're coming up here on the hour. I had a great time. Seems like I'm glad you stayed after bad graphic design. So
It's fine. and, and I'm hating.
Yeah, don't worry.
on that alien guy or whatever. It's like I'm judging him.
You had some good laughs, and be sure to look out for the little clips of that. So I always
Sure.
do share those. I'm looking forward to coming on your channel this Friday at 7 p.m. Central. The pub crawl on Miss Martin Muses. I'm gonna put that link up again, so everyone knows where to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it'll be fun to check. It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a fun time for us. So.
Yeah. Well, I forget your topic, or have you chosen one yet? Or are you still thinking?
I thought we picked a topic.
I thought we did. Oh gosh, I'm a horrible person.
Hold on.
Not sent me the pub. Maybe that's it.
Choose your pub, real or fictional. I'll open with that picture. Okay, so I gotta send you that.
Yeah.
And then, okay, and then you say, you don't say anything about subject. Oh no.
Yeah, that's yeah. You brainstorm the subject and
Okay.
for the topic.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, you did. I'll pick it. So it's like okay,
so you have
one of
to-
your questions is tell who you want, when, where, and how, and why about the subject.
Yeah,
what
the
I
subject is your subject. Yes.
Hmm.
So
what could we
you
talk
can see
about?
the teacher coming in here. There, that these are all questions that will lead you towards lots of things. You don't have to. I don't want to put you on the spot here.
Do you want to? Maybe the chat can pick the subject.
Oh, well, there you are. Within reason, because I always say, I always have a caveat within reason.
Yeah. All right. Joker says good night. Okay, not advertised, but the game actually has a bottle opener built into the bottom.
Ooh,
that will probably sell it for. You need to make a side video of just that.
Yeah, you got to put that in the advert. I mean, you got my interest with that. It's like, I mean, the game looks great, but hey, you bring it.
Yeah.
You can never find a bottle opener when you need one.
So I'll pick a subject. I'll have it ready for you by tomorrow. So.
Oh yeah, no worries. Just as long as it's
in reason
for the show. What the?
I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get
thumbnail.
That's right.
Yeah.
Our
last one was a sober break where we all had sandwiches. That was the one with Matt Wilkins. So we are now hydrated before.
I mean, we could talk about graphic design. I mean, that's literally a keystone of my show.
Oh well, hey, your choice. You get to choose. I only put my foot down on things that'll get me things that'll get me my channel canceled or that will get me stalked. Yeah, I'm just not in the mood.
Let's do graphic design. Because most people in this sphere know me either from here or that I do logos for YouTubers. So let's do that.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I would love to hear about that because I suck at it. And I'll just tell you, I am a performing artist. I am not a visual artist. So
there's visual artists, musical artists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'd love
some other artists out there that do other things.
The tricks of the trade.
Yeah. All right. So check myself on Miss Martin Muse on Friday. That's what she's doing next this week. And hopefully to see everyone in the chat there if you can make it. And we'll talk about my subject, which is graphic design.
Yay!
Very cool. Again, thanks everyone for showing up in the chat tonight. It's been great. Teresa, you've been fantastic. This has just been really fun. But before I go, I'm going to give you one last cap dance.
Nice.
All right, everyone. You have a good night, and I will see you next Wednesday on Late Night with Cap. See you.
Good night, everyone.